Hey guys, thanks for joining us on a brand new episode of TMZ The Buzz. Where we recap all the hottest stories from the week and we go over your comments from social media.
Well, let's get right into our first story. It's the story about Taylor Swift and this photo of an alleged sexual assault. Mike on our news desk has the story.
Hey guys, it's Mike Walters here. We obtained the photograph Taylor Swift didn't want the public to see. The one that's at the center of the sexual assault lawsuit that she is fighting with a radio disc jockey who she claims reached under her skirt and grabbed her bare butt. Apparently, this is the smoking gun of the case, and the moment Taylor Swift claims is right as he grabbed under her skirt. The DJ David Mueller has come out and said this actually helps his case because if you look at this picture, he is claiming it shows he's not grabbing her butt. These two will face off in court and it will be up to the judge to decide what you actually see in this photo.
That's a crazy story, and we got a lot of comments about that one.
Yeah.
Patricia Terrell Williams says, if I had to judge just by the grin on his face, I would have to say guilty. Yikes. I mean, he does look like he's got a handful of something.
His hand is in place. I mean, behind her, right? It shouldn't be there.
Jacqueline McHugh says, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan in the slightest, but I really can't think of a single reason as to why she would make this up. She's rich behind her wildest dreams, doesn't need the publicity. I really believe her on this one.
This, I believe. I like that comment because I feel the same way. Why would she make this up?
There's no point. Like, she has all the popularity in the world. Everyone's already on her side.
A-Row624 says, can't wait for the new single to come out, LOL.
What, like she's going to break up with the hand and write a single about it?
Oh my God.
I don't understand.
She should.
Actually, that would be amazing.
And the song would be called Dear Roaming Hand.
Oh, I love it.
Hector Tito Soto, I don't like Taylor Swift, but nobody deserves to be treated like this. Man or woman, there is still a respect unless you and the other person have that type of relationship.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, you know, if you're friends with the person or whatever, little physical contact's okay. But, you know, there's a thing called consent, and I think it's
we're
pretty
friends,
important.
and sometimes you grab my bare ass, and it's like...
I mean, yeah, but you're into it, so.
But it's always at
it's
work,
okay.
so
This
it's
is
okay.
getting weird now, so.
It's getting weird.
Lila Anna says, my only question is, if he touched her, why did she still take the picture? If it was me and someone touches me like this, I would not smile for a picture. Well, I mean, I feel like you're taught as a woman, and it's kind of ingrained that you're supposed to just kind of go with the flow and accept things and not make a scene and not raise a fuss, and it's terrible. But a lot of women do that, and it's sad. And I think
for more information, go to Kim's blog at www.stopsexualassault.
For more information, elect Hillary Clinton in 2020. Okay.
Can we play some swelling music behind Kim for that?
Okay.
Second hottest story of the week. Ooh, the Von Miller sex tape story. We're going to go now to Evan and Van for this one.
Von Miller is desperately trying to block a sex tape that he claims was shot in Cancun back in June, claiming the woman on the other end of the sex tape is extorting him for $2.5 million. Vaughn says that he went to Cancun back in June and hooked up with a woman named Elizabeth Ruiz. You want to tell us about Elizabeth Ruiz?
Elizabeth Ruiz is an Instagram, she's got a triple threat. Instagram model, stripper, YouTube twerker. She works at some of the clubs around here in Los Angeles.
Also, in this lawsuit, it appears that he was aware she was recording it and insisted at all times that the recording be kept private. He claims that she agreed, but the thing is, if he knew that this was being shot and he acknowledged he was on camera, he's in a bad spot.
He's in a very, very tough position. Normally in these things, you see one party doesn't consent or you see some type of shady stuff going on. In this one, it seems like he just got caught up making a bad impulse decision, and it's kind of coming back to haunt him.
We'll see what happens.
Whoa, that was intense.
That was intense. But honestly, I just have to weigh in on this really quickly. If you go to Mexico and you meet a lady on vacation and she wants to make a sex tape with you on her phone.
During a one-night stand, this is not a lady that you know that you're comfortable with. This is someone you just met, and she's like, hey, I'm going to tape us. Is that cool?
And you say yes, things are going to happen. Which is why One Dimensional says, when are these fools going to learn?
Yeah.
True. Good point, One Dimensional.
Well, I love that, like, she promised she would keep it quiet. That's like a guy saying, I promise I won't get you pregnant. At some point, it's your responsibility, and you're an idiot.
Right. And that's why Crosby Timmons says, dude, seriously, in today's age, that's man rule number 2. Rule 1, if you send nudes of yourself, no faces. Rule 2, you make the tape, you keep the tape, and no copies. Crosby Timmons has some experience in this.
It sounds like
it appears as if he has a rule book that he has written.
But it sounds like we'll never see his tape because he follows the rules.
He follows the rules, right.
Brandon Scaife says he's going to win this case. This is extortion, which is a federal crime. Throw the book at Irvon. Okay, well, Can he be arrested for being stupid?
I would.
This is
I
his
would
fault.
agree if you could be. I know it is his fault, but also extortion. Nobody likes that, and it's not legal. So you do have to take that into account. Mitzi Farchetti says, "Yeah, right. Next thing you know, they meet with Vivid Entertainment and claim they have to sell it to them since it's going to get released anyway. Then he gets a reality TV show. That's how it works, right?"
I think that's a veiled reference to Kim Kardashian.
And maybe Paris Hilton and a million other people. Mimi Shower Rod. Or you get a shower rod after you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
actually the
I would like
winning.
that. It's all about the merchandising.
Wouldn't it? I know. Steve Avila says, "I don't see the problem. I would tell her I want half the royalties or I'll sue her unless he has a small package. Then he's screwed, LOL." Do
Wow.
we think that it could be an embarrassing tape? We haven't even posed that threat, but
That's interesting. That could be why this is such a big deal to him. I
maybe
don't
a tiny
know.
peen, not saying, but
Oh, don't like the patriarchy so much now, do you? All right.
All right.
Next, we have a story about Brooke Mueller, who has kids with Charlie Sheen, and apparently they're on the run. Brad has this story.
Hey guys, it's Brad. So Charlie Sheen's 7-year-old twins, Bob and Max, have been spotted at a Utah bar with baby mama Brooke Mueller. We're told people at the bar called cops after they say Brooke appeared disheveled and was barefoot, and cops went on a search to try and find the 7-year-olds. So here's where it gets interesting. We're told Brooke told someone at the bar that she was Charlie Sheen's ex and that the twins were his. We're told she gave that person Charlie's number, who then contacted Sheen. Well, good news, we're told cops have since located Brooke and the kids and determined everything is okay. So good news for Charlie and good news for the twins. Stay tuned to TMZ.com for any more updates.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of a serious, intense story. I mean, it sounds like these kids may be being
Sounds like they might be. Well, Robert
abused, at least
Robert
emotionally.
Jetty says these kids need a better family and love. They are in a nightmare scenario. Kind of true. Kids shouldn't be in a bar at 6:30 a.m. Kids shouldn't be in a bar at any time, but let alone what time? There's like
well,
a
unless
6
they're working. I don't.
It is true. It is true.
They've got little hands
Their
to stir
tiny
the
hands
drinks.
are perfect for reaching in the maraschino cherry jar that when you can't get to
Exactly.
them.
Okay.
That is a good
but
point.
it's not funny. Colleen Jeffrey says his family needs to take custody away from her before it's too late. Oh, Charlie Sheen's family, I guess.
Remember when Denise Richards was stepping in? I feel like we need her Denise Richards to the rescue.
Yeah. Pennsylvania Steelers girl says the best thing that ever happened to these poor children is the short time Denise Richards took them into
See?
her home.
That's
there you go.
2 votes for Denise Richards.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
We agree.
let's wrap it up and Denise get involved in this. It is sad though. I feel terrible for everybody involved because she has a serious addiction problem and
It's
turned into a
awful.
thing,
It's all
but-
really awful.
Also, if you're going to go on the run, why take children? They're just going to slow you down. just a side note for
Well, or
everybody.
at least,
Everybody
bring
is
some
looking-
scissors, some hair dye, go into the bathroom, do a quick change like a Lifetime movie. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Another hot story from this week was this Mike Pence photo. So he
I
took,
saw that.
he took his selfie. He had the selfie stick and everything of the House with all the Republicans, right, that were nominated to the House.
All the sitting Republicans in the House. Yeah.
all the sitting Republicans in the House, and all white, just a sea of snow, a
Yes.
field of snow. Can snow fall on the sea and still be white? Field of snow. That's what we'll call it.
I don't think so. Yeah, but and yeah,
It was
just-
crazy, and it was a lot like the.
Not a lot of women either in that photo.
And it was like the last time when Paul Ryan took that selfie of the interns, all white.
All white also.
No diversity.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, Republicans. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
So Pam Chi says, our government looks like not our government, #diversity.
Well, yeah, I guess
I
it's
forgot to
not
do this.
represent our government.
Yeah.
Not representative of our country.
No.
Andy Weed says there.
Weed.
That's legal now. So we can't get in trouble right now. I mean, if we. Okay, Andy Weed says there's all different nationalities. There's English, Irish, Scottish, Italian, even South African. So don't sit around thinking everyone's all the same person from the same place. You racist. Oh, me racist. You
I
racist.
think you're racist.
I
think he's calling you racist.
I don't know. I think it's like the plural you. But
But-
yeah, that's terrible. No, they could
actually-
be from other places, but they probably wouldn't face the same discrimination because they don't wear their nationality on the outside. The idea is you can't take off the color of your skin, and so
Right.
they need more representation.
You
in
can
there.
wear your nationality though, right? If you have like a kilt on. November
Okay.
Row. What? TMZ, how could you even write that? Look at the left-hand corner of the picture. Stop starting drama and you could be Spanish and have blonde hair and blue eyes. So STFU, which is nasty, first of all, not nice to say. And if you look at the left-hand corner of the picture, there is an African-American gentleman in the back. And what I said before about this is he doesn't look to be posing to the camera. He looks like he's merely
just
walking
passing
by.
through.
He's
Yeah,
just
just
walking
passing
by.
through.
He
Okay.
has nothing to do with that.
Christina Allen says, I like how you make it about race. These are elected officials. If you don't like it, vote other parties in.
Well,
and
we've
to that
tried.
I say we
We've
tried.
tried.
Yeah.
We've tried.
Tried really hard.
Anyway, Adrian M. Shreeves says, maybe if you have more minority conservatives run for office, things would be different. Also, they have several minority, what's that word?
Conservatives.
Conservatives.
She is so liberal she can't even say conservative. It's crazy.
They have several minority conservatives in the House and may not be in the picture. Well, I say to that, that's worse. All
Yeah,
the minorities,
if-
we're going to be taking the picture now.
Yeah.
Please leave.
There's-
Minorities, please report to the
There's
cafeteria.
an ethnic food buffet in the cafeteria right now, and coincidentally, we're also going to take this picture. Our
in this
next story
turtleneck.
is a little bit less racially charged here. It's
This is a feel-good story of the week.
a feel-good story.
love this one.
Cam Newton, who I love, he's on the Carolina
Love
Panthers.
him.
He's known as Superman because he can do anything on the field and off the field, and he's an amazing guy.
Off the
and
field.
now, I don't know. I would assume he's got a few
Versatile.
kids, so you know.
No, what?
He has kids.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But he's now hosting a Thanksgiving feast on Monday for 800 underprivileged kids in Charlotte, North Carolina. Which
And their
is-
families.
And their families,
and
too.
he's giving them an extra, so he's making this whole meal, and then he's giving the families an extra Thanksgiving dinner to take home. How incredible is that?
The only thing is, I think they have to make it when they get home. It's not like a ready-made one, which is weird, but I mean, that's cool.
Maybe
So-
he's sending them home, each family home with a cook.
With a
like
private chef. You know,
Probably not.
Cam Newton would do that.
He would,
I
but
mean,
he's
yeah,
not
and
this time.
but it's all courtesy of Food Lion, which is a big store,
Oh,
grocery
right,
store.
yeah.
Anyway, so Chris Hartley says that's cool that he's doing that. One year I donated 20 turkeys to our local shelter because they had been robbed a week before Thanksgiving of all their food. Is that a humble
Nice.
brag or
yes,
just a brag?
But it's nice. You can
Okay.
humbly brag about giving turkeys
Okay.
to someone in need.
Okay. Well, then I'm on board with you, Chris Hartley.
Yes, good job, Chris. Lisa Martin Miller says, that's the kind of news we like to hear and read about. So true. We needed that this week.
Absolutely. Doug Miller says this is exactly the way talented, successful folks should be giving back and going out in communities. Way to go, Cam. Well played.
Yep, Ratso1949 says...
Or
that-
1949.
Yeah, it depends how you want to read it.
Yeah.
Says, that deserves a dab.
Should we dab? Or
I don't think I know how to.
I think that we might jump the shark then, and before we get started.
Is that
okay.
it?
Well, there we go.
Is that
this,
it?
the show's now
Do you
over.
put this
so-
hand up?
Yeah.
Mine,
I think
mine,
you put your
mine
hand
looks more
down.
like a lady in distress. I'm like, ugh. And Shauna
Okay.
Phillips says, this is a perfect example of be the change you want to see. Much respect for this man.
Yeah.
Totes, my goats,
Amen.
Shauna.
I agree.
So
that
that's
was the
this week's
TMZ
episode.
Buzz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's this week's episode of The Buzz. And you should go and comment on all the big stories, and maybe we'll read your post next week.
Yeah, you little buzzards.
Yeah, Buzz.
Yeah, we have fans now, and they're
Our
called
fans
buzzards.
are called buzzards. Katie and Kim's buzzards.